CHAP tales. Don't you wanna hear some CHAP tales? Hello and welcome to another CHAP tales. How you doing, people? Yes, okay, so one of the more recent stories that I told ya was about a time when I went on a French exchange trip to Paris with my pal Amon, and we stayed with a family there for a week and then we came back. But while we was out there, a few things happened that was quite funny. I've already told you the last story called What You Looking At or something like that about a baguette. Go back, listen to that one because that will bring a tear to your eye. Okay, so next up, we're on this trip, right? We've gone on a trip to Paris with school, and basically when we got there, we weren't staying in no hotel. We was staying in people's houses, you know what I mean, like with families, French families that had signed up for this thing. Like, I actually think that their children were meant to come over to London and we was meant to do it for them, but it never happened, so don't ask me about all that. Anyway, another thing that happened while we was out there was, so every day the school would come in the coach and pick you up and take you out to certain places, but there was one day when we sort of spent the day with the French family that were looking after us, you know what I mean, like doing a bit of this, doing a bit of that, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, so it was me and Amon, and we wake up this morning and like we go downstairs eating breakfast, whatever, and the mum is sort of like her English is not great, but between Amon's French and this lady's English, we sort of got by, you know what I mean. Anyway, so so basically it works out that they say to us that they're going to take us to a swimming pool, an indoor swimming pool, and we're going to go and have just like go down Prince of Wales. But so we're going to spend the day at some swimming place in Paris. So boom, after breakfast we go and get dressed and all that, and we had little rucksacks with us, and we'd brought like towels and swimming shorts and all the stuff, you know what I mean. So we go to this swimming place, and we're queuing up to get in. Anyway, get to the front where this family was sort of paying for us to get in, and the mum sort of turns around and indicates to Amon that you're only allowed to wear like Speedos in this swimming pool. Don't ask me, you weren't allowed to wear shorts, swimming shorts. You had to wear Speedos. So me and Amon, we ain't got Speedos, have we? You know what I mean? I'm like, I ain't got no Speedos, so I'll just better sit aside and watch. But the woman's like, no worries. Well, it came out in French, but this is my interpretation of it. No worries. We'll go and we'll buy some Speedos for you and Amon. And I was like, all right. So they've got a shop in the swimming pool, like, and we ran over there, and both of us got this black pair of Speedos with it saying Speedo on it and all that, like, and go to the changing rooms, like, and we get changed, and like we're in the cubicles next door to each other, so I'm sort of speaking to Amon through the, do you know what I mean, and I'm saying to him, how are they fitting on you, mate? And he's like, oh fucking hell, I'm great. So anyway, once we'd actually finished getting changed or whatever, we decided to show each other what's happening, like, so we both come out of our cubicle and we're standing there looking at each other, and oh my god, we just both started burst out laughing. I'd never put a pair of Speedos on I'd never put a pair of white front pants on in my life. It's always been shorts. Everything is shorts, you know what I mean, like. And I was like, this is ridiculous. We look like a pair of plonkers in these like, anyway, so the dad I'm just calling him a dad because there was two, like, of their kids there as well, you know what I mean? So he was the dad that he has. So he's come, like, down the little corridor thing along where all the cubicles are, and he's seen us standing outside, and he's like, okay, come on, let's go swimming. And, like, I'm not even joking, I don't know why, but we're walking down this thing and then out into the open area where there's a little cafeteria with people sitting outside that, and there's, like, loads of people jumping in and out of the pool, there's, like, diving boards and everything. I was just, fuck it. And it just, one of them moments where you walk out and everything's noisy, yeah, and it just felt like everything just went, and everyone was, like, staring at us like, oh my god, what do you look like? That ain't how it happened. I mean, obviously it just must have gone quiet for a second or something, and it just made me feel like that. Anyway, we jump in the pool because the best place to be with a pair of Speedos on is in the water. So we're just having a laugh and all that, like, and jumping in and out of the pool. We're getting on these diving boards that go into the pool and everything's sweet, like, but we look round and there's, like, over in the far corner, it's like a separate little pool, but it's got some massive diving board, like you go up in sections, and, like, there's the top section, middle section, the bottom section with 3 diving boards, and there's someone, like, with a whistle, like, and, like, you go on your diving board and you jump in, dive in, and then once you're out of the water he blows it again, and next one, whatever. But yeah, so we go over to this thing, like, and we're on the low board, like, jumping in, flying off the low board, like, and then Amon's gone to me, let's go on the high one. And I'm looking up here and I was thinking it didn't look too bad from where we were standing. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. So anyway, we join this queue going up the stairs, like, so we're going upstairs, whatever, get to the top, like, and there's a few people in front of me, and then you can sort of just start getting a look over the edge, like, and I was thinking, no way, I ain't doing this, no way. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even good at swimming, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on here? Like, but the thing was, right, we was in this queue, and I swear to God, I looked round and I thought, getting down the stairs is going to be a complete nightmare with everybody saying to me, argh. And the 2 boys that lived in this house, like, whose mum and dad we was with, they was with us on the stairs, like, and they're like, come on, like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. So we get to this thing, like, and, like, one of the boys has just dived off or whatever. Amon actually just dove off, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. And then I was like, I can't do it, man. I've got to go back down the stairs, like. So I'm trying to turn around, and the one kid left up there with me is going, come on. And I'm like, oh. And he's sort of, like, pushing me towards this board, like, and then next thing I know, I'm standing on the board, like, with the geezer blowing a whistle and all that for me to jump, and I was just like, oh my god. So I was like, this is just fucking it, man. So I dove off this board, yeah. Oh my god, it felt like I was diving off the side of a cliff. Anyway, I've hit the water, not in a very good way, because I slapped my legs somehow off the water, and it do you know what I mean? I just went into the water. I was just like, I was under the water, and I was just like, oh my god, that hurt so much. Anyway, I've come up to the side, and I'm sort of just getting my breath, and the geezer on the chair with the whistle saying, get out, and I was like, all right. And then I went to get out, yeah, and realised that the bloody Speedos had come off. So I was like, what? I looked round, and luckily enough, these Speedos were floating on the surface not far from me. So I've, like, grabbed them well quick, like, and put them back on, tied them up and all that. But I was just like, oh my god, when did they come off? And who saw what? Do you know what I mean? Like, got out of the pool, like, and then no, luckily no one had noticed, and I went over to Amon, and he was like, "Oh, that was wicked, man, should we do it again?" And I was like, "Are you having a laugh?" I said, "I'm never going anywhere near a diving board ever again in my life. My legs are like, they was all red where they slapped the water somehow. I'm just glad that I actually survived, you know what I mean, and got to get out the pool. Fucking no, but I'll tell you what, mate, it was nutty. Like, when you was up there looking down, I was proper bricking it, mate. I was, the fucking Speedos falling off. They're lucky there weren't a big turd that come out of me, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was fucking just another little nutty story from this holiday. Might have a couple more, so keep listening. Alright, sweet, nice one. Thank you so much for watching, if you have, and if you've got this far anyway to hear me saying this, you are a star. Alright, nice one. Please like, subscribe, comment, smash bells, and I will speak to you in the next one, baby. CHAP tales. Don't you wanna hear some CHAP tales?